Realize City.
I know, but like
Kids are watching this.
So I, with Fenty, I wrote like a song, kind of towards her product to promote her product, which she doesn't need. You know what? I wouldn't mind, just putting things in the past, and because we did have chemistry at one point.
We call ourselves CiiTY, but we global, and everybody that has a voice is allowed to be vocal.
I didn't even. I think back in the G, you weren't even putting out like your real name, right?
I wasn't.
Yes.
I wasn't for a while, but then I started dabbing into R&B, which I have not released any of that yet.
Oh, I can see you tapping into R&B.
And
It's awesome.
that's where Natalie Michelle's gonna come out.
Natalie
Yeah, I like it.
That's my.
So where does the Piff Cherry come from? Where does that name come from?
So in London, Piff means like Piff gal. Oh, you look Piff. That's a Piff shirt. And I
Like nice.
Yeah,
Or
nice,
cool.
sweet, sexy is just another word
Piff.
for that. And at the time, I was obsessed with Amy Winehouse, and she had a lot of songs about her guitar, which she called Cherry. It was a red guitar. And at the time, I was, can I say this? I was smoking
Yeah.
cherry, like blunt wrap.
Realize
I
City.
know, but like
Kids are watching this.
our kids watching this. And so I was smoking like a lot of cherry wraps. And just one day I'm like, oh, Piff Cherry. Oh, it's like a sweet cherry. With my accent, of course.
Cherry.
In my head, cherry. And I just stuck with it ever since. And I like it. So I got my little cherry tattoo
The cherry
here.
tattoo.
Do you
Yeah.
feel like
Cherry
that
nail.
name gives you like
Oh.
a different persona
Oops.
than
Yeah,
Natalie Michelle?
for sure. Definitely.
Okay.
I feel like that's where like the hip hop came from.
Yeah.
Piff Cherry.
Cherry, okay. So Natalie's, the more sweeter, softer side.
Yes, the more emotional, sweet, softer side. Piff Cherry, like you just don't want to fuck with her. You just want to be
The
careful.
boss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you created your Sasha Fierce there or
Yes.
something, right?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, I was just looking at the record label. So are you entirely behind all that whole operation too? You're doing the music, you got the record label, or do you have like some help?
Well, Billy helps me in that aspect, and the lawyer. But other than that, it's mainly me putting everything together. Getting the producers their credits, their rights, and things like that. It's all me.
Why did you feel the need to do that, to create this label?
To protect myself, mainly, and to be independent, and also to help other people. So once I learn, then I can help other people learn the aspect of being independent. And people that I do work with now, they're like, oh, what do I do here? What, do I need a music collaboration? Do I need split sheets? I'm like, you need all of that, now that I know that part of the business.
You're also very educated in the field that you're in. You're also a songwriter. So are you still doing that?
Yeah, for sure.
Right now, you're dressing like you should be writing for Beyonce right now. Like after this interview, you're gonna be.
I'm gonna go see Rihanna.
gonna see Rihanna. Hey, look,
You better go see Rihanna. Okay, it's been too long. It's been too long. She needs to drop something.
Yeah, I actually have something for her.
You do?
That I wrote, and
See, this is what I'm talking about.
so I, with Fenty, I wrote like a song, kind of towards her product to promote her product, which she doesn't need.
Yeah.
But I just thought the song was so much fun, and I could hear her on it. And I actually presented to, what's his name, Ray from Warner Records, and I played the song to him, and he was kind of like, "Yeah, I don't think she would like that."
Well, damn.
And I said, "No problem, Ray, because it's your opinion." When I see her and I present it to her,
it'll be a different story.
oh yeah, for sure.
That's gonna happen.
It will.
You still got that song. How long ago did you do that? Did you write the song?
God, that was probably like
2 years ago.
Yeah, when Fenty just
19.
was established.
2019, I believe I wrote that song. I was working at A-Flex Studios, and they were like, let's have songwriting sessions, and songwriting camps, right? And let's, see if we can get some placements. And one of the guys were like, oh, what about Rihanna? And I was like, all right, fine. I was with Fee. He's another songwriter. He's amazing. And we wrote this song within 12 hours from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Me and him just in the studio. And we put the melodies together, the song, and that was tough.
You have coffee?
Lots of weed, lots of weed.
Yeah, that's
And
what gets
coffee.
it done. That's what gets
Coffee.
it done.
Yeah.
Weed produces results.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I worked hard in that studio, 12 hours.
Yeah.
I was getting home with like my eyes swollen. But it was worth it. Like the songs I have, I'm like,
You were
so
still
worth
working
it.
at the time too, right?
Yeah, I was still working, yeah.
Oof. So were you working like nights or so? Because you said from like 8
I was
to 8
I was
a.m.
working during the day,
Oh, okay.
but like evenings. So I was like waitressing at the time. You know, I was a caregiver for like 10 years.
Yeah.
I took care of children with cerebral palsy, autism, chronic tonic seizures, you name it. But then I was like pretty much burnt out
Yeah.
from just taking care of them. I love them. I miss them. And I actually went back into caregiving today.
Oh, wow.
I just got another job caregiving. I mean,
you
I
have
miss
time
it.
to do everything? With your record label and songwriting and making your own music and
No, but I have to do it. I have to work hard. You know, it's my own label. I don't, just have money flowing in right now. So I basically fund myself. So that's one way I do it. I love it. I love it. It's rewarding. I like taking care of people. I think it's fun too.
Yeah, you'd have to love to do something like that. I think,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You can't just go into that if
It's not for everybody.
But you know
without
what?
your heart in your sleeve.
It helped me. I'm sorry, I keep touching the damn thing. So, caregiving really helped me gain a lot of patience. If
Yeah.
I didn't have that patience, I probably couldn't do music at all.
yeah.
Like,
This is a patient game.
very. I mean, there's some days where I get frustrated, but that the patience really helps.
As you should. I would get frustrated if I were you, and I have probably the best music coming out of the city, and and not getting the recognition I deserve with it. So. But
It's okay.
I don't think. Are you at the point now where you feel like your focus have shifted from getting reciprocation from people and actually like creating within yourself and not worrying about the outside noise? I don't know if you ever did, but
I did. No,
Yeah.
I did. It got to me a lot. It used to get to me all the time. And I'd call Billy and be like, Billy, like, he's
Yeah.
like, calm down. He's like, stop focusing on that. Focus on yourself and have fun. You had fun before. And then, things started to kind of go south. And then I started to focus on that and, question like, why am I not there? What's wrong with everyone? Why are they doing this to me? And, but then when I stopped focusing on that, I started focusing on myself and just creating content and having fun with it. It just feels better. Yeah. Now I don't worry about it. I don't look at other people's pages. I'm not like, oh man, she's doing better than me. Like I don't care anymore. And I'm happy for them now. Before, it was different. I would look at them and be like, why can't I be like that? But now it's like, good. That's fine. 'Cause I'm in my own lane.
Right,
I realize
exactly.
I'm in my own lane.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing is so different. Not a lot of people can do it.
right.
Especially like I don't hear women with my type of voice doing hip hop records. So I'm winning.
I think when you change your perspective, you start to realize that, hey, like I don't even need to be worrying about all this stuff.
Yeah.
And once you start focusing on the things that you do need to worry about, then that's when the people start coming in. So they're going to come in on your own just because you're authentically you. So
Yeah, no, that's for sure. And now from those experiences, I had to go through all that because now I can help other female artists that are going through that.
Of
They're
course.
hopping from studio to studio and they're telling me that they're getting, robbed for their money or they're not getting their stems. And I'm like, okay, this is what you need to do,
right.
and take the calm route. Don't go off. I did all that. I was young. I was naive. I didn't have a team. I had nobody behind me. If you asked every studio in Palm Beach, who did Natalie show up to the studio with? Nobody.
Yeah.
It was always me, by myself. I didn't have Billy. I didn't have my girls like there to protect me or help me or a lawyer to be like, oh no, hey, this is it. This is what we're. No, it was just me. So it was very hard.
Yeah.
But that experience now helps me, help other women.
Yeah, it wasn't for no reason.
No, for sure. That's why I don't regret
So who
it.
are you looking at? Do you have an opinion on the sort of artists you want on your record label right now? Things like that. Like, are you looking for a specific female artist or?
No, anyone that's just trying to be independent and learn the ropes and just have like a mentor. Just looking for females like that, that I can help
You got
out.
eyes on anyone specifically right now?
I like Cleo. You know Cleo?
No.
Cleo Jador. She's really good. She's a local
I
artist.
don't know any of these people, Jerry. We need to tap in.
I got you. I'll just send you their Instagrams all the time.
Yes.
I got you.
We're always looking for new
Did
sounds.
you send me Cleo?
I did, actually. I did.
Actually, now I'm thinking back, and I'm
I
like,
did. You
that
had
sounds like
asked
somebody
me,
you
I
sent.
think, because you were having a show, and I said, well, maybe these female artists, might be interested, and I sent you Cleo.
So how did you get so knowledgeable, in this field to be able to help others?
I have to say the lawyer, and just
experience.
YouTube and just experience as well. Of course, experience. Like I've had my lyrics taken from me. I've experienced a lot of things, and I was like, what am I gonna do to protect myself? This is just gonna keep happening. This is just how people are. They don't care. They will take a song. They will, take your hook and not even tell you and put it out and not even give you the credit. So I had to learn how to protect myself and let people know I was serious. So now when I go to the studio, I'm like, hey, here's the split sheets before we start. And if they don't want to sign it, then I go. I'm like, okay, all right, take care, thank you. Like, that's it. No arguing, no fighting. It is what it is. This is how every artist needs to move.
Yeah, and like I said, we were talking about this stuff not too long ago, and I was definitely telling my guys, artists are, in the whole music industry, you're the one with the least legal backing.
Yeah.
So you going up against corporations.
Yeah.
And you're just a person. So if you're not someone like Piff Cherry, who's got, who decided to build up this label and have her lawyers and have all this knowledge and being cautious, and you running into this thing off of emotion.
Ooh, you're gonna run down to the ground. Trust me,
know.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've done that.
It's gonna hurt.
It hurt really bad. Trust me, I had to redeem myself.
Yeah.
I feel like upcoming artists need like a course, a crash
Oh,
course or something on how to protect themselves in this industry. Yeah.
And not just with paperwork, but emotionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is just things can get sour.
Yeah, a lot of
real
things go soft with emotion involved.
Yeah.
You got these record labels, you sign a piece of paper, then they're calling you family, and they're doing all these things, and they, they're giving you this jewelry and stuff, and you're thinking
you're only
you're
making
so
8 cents every song.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
you don't make anything, and you just walk out the studio, and you're just like, hey, what happened? We're like, oh, well, it didn't work out. Sorry. And then they close the door. You're just like, well, I spent 12 hours here. I mean, for what, 6 months? I spent 12 hours busting my ass, and nothing came out of it.
Wow.
But I just took that and said, you know what? Those are still my lyrics.
For sure.
That's still my song. Regardless if you don't do anything with it, I'm gonna do something with it.
Yeah.
So
What's your biggest L? You would say what was your biggest L during all of this? The hardest you've been down, like for real.
Manager's like,
don't say it.
don't say too much now. Come on, just give us a little taste.
Okay, what's your second most?
The second L you took, the
Second.
second fattest L you took.
Yeah.
the biggest L I took,
Okay, she gonna say it.
yeah, I don't know, man. This Billy's already kicking me under the table. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
no, I
you
can
better
imagine.
be careful, bro.
Cut.
I'm kidding. I mean, things happen. I mean, sometimes.
You can censor it. You don't gotta say no names. or
No,
nothing.
of course not. No, I would never. Just sometimes it doesn't work out with people. I mean, it's sad. Sometimes you have to just not throw away the music, but you just kind of got to put it in the back and you just start all over again. I've had to do that twice. It's all right. It's okay because I know what I'm capable of. And once they see me go up there, I know they're gonna be like, "Oh man, I fucked up. What did I do?" So it's all right. It's all right, and I forgive them regardless of what happened. Like, there's no beef. It was a learning experience for both of us. At the end of the day, I can't blame it on them. I can't blame it on myself. It's just we both had to learn, and I see them now like they're prospering, and I am too. So there's nothing to be worried about.
For sure. For sure. Taking
It's
L's
just
as lessons.
it's a hard business to navigate through.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then, like, one of my producers, he's like, when are you going to get back with that one person you worked with?
Yeah.
Like, do you remember what happened? But I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't mind, just putting things in the past. And because we did have chemistry at one point, and then shit happened.
So you go into a situation like that again? You think, given the circumstances of whatever it was?
Because that person is so talented, and I knew we had that chemistry at first, but because we didn't understand the business so well and like what we were really expecting from each other, that's where things kind of went south. But I have a lot of respect for them. Like I wouldn't mind if they're like, hey, you want to try it out? I'm like, all right. Now I know better to protect myself.
So what would you do differently in that situation if you go back to like those past encounters with people who didn't really have your best intention at heart? How do you conduct that differently?
Is honestly, hate to say, but paperwork. That's just gonna have to be the way to go, and that's why I have my own label now to protect myself. So if something does go wrong, and I try to get ownership of a lot of things. I try to own everything. I have the exclusive rights. Not that it always plans out that way, but that's one of my main goals, so that I don't have to always worry about the extra stuff that comes with it. Is that a good answer?
That would be the best answer for me. Paperwork.
Gotta have that paperwork, that paper trail.
It's just at the end of the day, that's what it is.
There always needs to be
we need paperwork.
A middle. What's she putting? We got paperwork.
I know, but like
I don't do nothing without paperwork.
We could get some more.
Some more paperwork.
I got you.
Sometimes being too much paperwork could be a bad thing. So
oh my God! Sometimes
you could.
It drives me crazy. It does. But at the end of the day, I'm like, all right, I know I'm protected. I don't have to worry if they want to bounce.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all there. One of the biggest issues is a lot of the people don't understand the paperwork.
Yeah.
They get scared. I've had people be like, oh, no, I'm not signing that. No, I don't know what you... Nah, man, we just trying to take everything from me. And I'm like, no, I'm actually trying to give you something.
They don't read.
They don't read. They don't YouTube, Google. That's what I do. My lawyer's like, here, I just did a contract for you. Read it over. Let me know what you think. And I'm reading it. I'm like, what is this word? Google. Yeah. Or I'll tell Billy, do you know what this means? He's like, oh, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. All right. Keep reading. That's just how you're going to figure it out.
They don't read. If you don't want to read.
You get scared and you're just never going to move forward. It's going to be very hard for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes back to people don't read. They don't want to read, and they just don't want to. Like you said, they're scared of. When you see paper, all we know is you get that you get flashbacks to school to ninth grade. When you had that 2.0. I don't know what it is about these artists.
Or like when the teacher handed you your test back and it was upside down and just slid it across the table.
Yeah, that's why we try to, when I work with producer, I try to get the key points, I'm like, what do you expect out of this? Are you okay with this percentage? Okay, what about these, the points that you want, like just things like that, just to make sure that they are getting what they want or ask for. I mean, we negotiate always at the end of the day. Yeah. But it's good to have key points first and not just be like, here's paperwork. Yeah. Right.
So you go into it with a conversation about the expectations before, presenting any paperwork and things like that.
Exactly. So, if I'm doing a collaboration, like, okay, you get 50% of this. These are the producer points that you get. Just clarifying it for them. Because they see the paperwork and they want to run.
Sounds good to me.
Simple. These are my terms. What are your terms?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
What do you agree with? What don't I agree with? And it helps both. It helps both parties out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
no, for sure.
I advise more artists to take heed to what you're saying and do the same thing for themselves.
Got to take the initiative.
Yeah.
I think you might just be overwhelming them, or they realize how serious you are about this and they're like, man, I haven't even thought about getting any paperwork or a lawyer or whatever. I need to step my game up.
No,
so overall, are you an artist that's eventually looking for like that record deal or to get into these different agreements?
I mean, I wouldn't mind, but as of right now, I'm looking for a silent loan shark. I just need like a silent investor that believes in me and knows that
believes in your craft.
Right, and then that knows that money's gonna come back. Yeah, it will definitely. Once I get my placements in movies, commercials, I've done one commercial jingle. The guy loved it. Like and it took me 3 hours just to make that jingle. Boom, done. Here, send it. He's like, wow, I can't believe I got a jingle from you. I'm like, I'm here to help. I'm here to help your business. I'm all around artist. I want to be in movies and things like that.
So in terms of marketing, how are you pushing your music and your products out there to other consumers or that are might not tapped into you yet?
As of right now, I mean, I'm still trying to figure that out and what I should really do. I mean, we've talked about like Facebook ads, like everyone always does, and Instagram, things like that. But I'm still trying to figure that out, the right way, you know,
to market yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there's a right way.
There is not a right way, but like a way for me, like my, you know, music and what I'm doing. Yeah,
There's a wrong way.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, there's a lot of wrong ways, which makes it that there's a right way. Is it more difficult for you as a singer? Do you think other artists have better luck with just generally the kind of music they make versus yours?
I don't think it's the music. I think it's just the content. I think like the past year I've been growing and learning how to, you know, create content. Like all the videos on my Instagram with the lo-fi, I do that myself now. I got my camera, I got my own setup now, so it's like, okay, I could be creative. I don't work full time anymore. You know, I worked my ass off for the past year to save up to where I'm like, okay, now I can work part time and put my all into the creativity, because that's what I didn't do. I was just so focused on writing all the time and becoming a better writer and a singer.
Yeah.
We call ourselves CiiiTY, but we global. And everybody that has a voice is allowed to be vocal.